Guys, my guys, it's Gamers out here, and today we're going to make a Minecraft video. So let's get to it. Let's go. So, press play. This is the control room. The ROV is being completely controlled from here. This acrylic tube, which is attached to the robot, is part of a vacuum pump. The scientists want to try and catch Periphylla, but it's not that easy. The skill of the ROV operator is crucial. These mysterious medusas live at great depths, around 1,000 meters out in the open. But now scores of them have entered the destroying all life there. They don't feed on fish, but on their larvae. These medusas are reported to reach the biblical age of 30 years. ROV operator Asgeir Steinsland is a master in handling this heavy machine. He switches the spotlights off. Periphylla appears as a grand firework with lights flashing everywhere. It possesses the ability of bioluminescence, a characteristic known in numerous deep-sea creatures. Lights on. As of yet, we don't know exactly why this jellyfish is there. But we can answer what the bioluminescent signals mean. The only explanation we can find for these lighting effects is that they're a defense against predators. Exceedingly dark, deep habitats. If a predator touches the medusa, it reacts spontaneously with a bright, sudden yellow flashlight, which might fire off the enemy. If that doesn't work, and the enemy touches it again, the medusa contracts convulsively. While I'm sending out myriads of brightly luminescent particles, which diffuses the outline of the jellyfish and makes it undetectable. Just after midnight in the control room. This is the time when Periphylla ventures into shallower waters. The chances are in our favor. The first medusa disappears up in the suction tube. It's possible to catch them in nets, but they will be dead before they get to the surface. Gamers, guys. The robot is brought back on board. Marine research is expensive, which is why researchers work around the clock. Playing with Starship. 100 meters, and the team is excited to see the living specimen. I just want to get one torch. Now let's get started. Let's see villagers we can train with. Expedition leader Ulf Bamstead is pleased. Right, we just look at it. One of the specimens for research. Gerhard Jams is one of the lucky ones. I'll keep it as a souvenir. But I think, so let's see if we can get some animals and get a bed. Let's go. A surprise. This crab is eating the gelatinous outer skin of the medusa. Right, we got white big. So let's in its own right, sits in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean around the Azores. Alright, so let's go. In the west of the archipelago. The Azores are of volcanic origin. This group of islands is part of the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, the geological spreading zone that pulls Europe and Africa further apart. Climate and weather. Warm water from the Gulf of Mexico. Apples. Apples. If we have some, we could turn them into apples. I think, yep. There it is. 24 different whale species. Let's go up this. Yeah. Dolphins don't only now we got some cows. Let's get some wheat. Dolphins are just pilot whales also squid. An adult grow up to 8 meters. Feed on about 50 kilograms of squid per day, or more accurately, per night. These sunfish are interesting. They love to feed on all kinds of jellyfish. Beach on Pico also offers great opportunities for jellyfish connoisseurs. These netted a type of sea snail feed on the most dangerous ocean inhabitants in the world. The snail moves. It has no problems with the tentacles.
You just still curse
This Portuguese
that.
is not a true jellyfish, but a colony of polyps. Through the world's
Think
oceans,
we will
float. Each polyp has a specific task assigned to it. They would not be able to survive on their own.
just pick up
The harmless moon jellies are poisonous polyp colonies. It seems possible to fill up on one of these marine jello islands. Giant whale shark
we got
also takes advantage of the
Charmaine.
large abundance of food for coating. The largest fish in the ocean can grow up to 14 meters and filters small fish like sardines and anchovies and plankton out of the water with its large mouth. This is not dangerous to people. Ovular mango also picks up a sardine. Otherwise,
Got some more
feeds on
emeralds. Like 6 emeralds. And paddles.
the rolled up skin flaps seem like little horns and give these animals a demon look, which is why they are referred to as devilfish. Underwater, these doors consist mainly of holes, just like a Swiss cheese. Countless caves go through the lava rock.
Okay, we got some armor. Got a bird? Damn.
During the first dive, we encountered Alangia noctiluca, commonly referred to as
Alright,
the
guys.
It will
Even
wake
if
up
I
unless
literally went in
during the
this,
night.
this is what I like. Whoa. There's a cat on the house. It's like, guys. Yes,
We don't know why this school of jellies stays in the cave. Maybe they drifted in here. Or are they keeping cover from next day the animals leave the Pico. Whoever bristleworms around waiting for jelly to get caught. They love this jello ocean inhabitant.
just clicking.
And find thousands of cave shrimp. They avoid light at all costs. Here they're being hassled by a phycid hake. In this light it becomes clear how fragile these shrimp are. Their long antennae allow them to find their way in this dark environment, and they feel safest in large numbers. The more members they have in their group, the safer it is for each of them.
Stop boring.
This region of
It's over here. If we had iron, we could. Alright. Oh. Iron sword. Some bread. Let's hope this village have 2 accidents.
Many of them will end in the bellies of loggerhead turtles.
Right, one this.
No, it's a colony of Thaliacea. They're not jellyfish, but astonishingly are more closely related to vertebrates, even us. Pelagia noctiluca is also used for plankton, just like Thaliacea. But this lion's mane is relatively harmless in comparison with this Portuguese man of war. These jellies can't fly, but they can sail and cover thousands of kilometers this way. But that's also a weakness. They often drift ashore. It catches its prey with its deadly weapons immediately below the ocean surface.
Brewing stand, I'll take it.
The sail is both a drawback and an advantage.
I think I got it.
Reached quickly, and it carries an armada of stinging appendages which can be extended up to 10 meters. The Portuguese man of war will fire whole batteries of stinging cells at its base. It's clearly visible that the Medusa stockpiles food, which is essential because there are often days where the hunt yields nothing at all. The poison injected into the Portuguese man of war victims can be compared to a powerful snake venom. Dramatic accidents with bathers are frequent. This girl is in great danger. The Medusa reacts automatically to physical contact and fires off highly poisonous tentacles and capsules at its prey. Medical help is urgently required. This character is not bothered at all by deadly venom. It gobbles it up. It needs it. Glaucus atlanticus is a small sea snail and a champion venom eater. It actually reuses the jellyfish venom for its own protection, storing the venom in its dorsal appendages. The more venom the man of war fires off, the better. They also have enemies. Apart from the Glaucus atlanticus, there are fish and turtles that feed on these jellies. Storm is the biggest threat for cyclonophores. Once they're stranded, an armada of snails will soon be there to feed on. Hardly anyone is as well informed about these poisonous sailors as youngs. The term or jelly employs a number of beings. The coral members that contribute to float sail as well as these animals often develop very powerful venom as they can't pursue they drift on the wind that fills their sail. Not only found in the Atlantic, they can also in the Mediterranean Sea. Vital role in the life of these trees, and is crucial for their existence. Around the archipelago of this island group is of volcanic origin and surrounded by massive coral atolls. Only 11 of the 357 islands are inhabited. Our destination is the island of Mejocar, which has a saltwater lake completely isolated from the waters of the adjacent lagoon. This is the lake, and it holds a secret.
Let's check this out.
It's a prime example of evolution. Hundreds of thousands of rhizostome jellyfish live here, of which none has ever been in the ocean. And is missing in this lake, so they sunshine. Inside the body of these jellyfish are thousands of single-cell algae. These algae make use of the sunlight to generate glucose via photosynthesis. A remarkable cooperation between jellies and algae. At some point in it, during a volcanic eruption, this lake became isolated from the ocean. All that was left were the marines. Thanks to their asexual reproduction, thousands of new generations have developed since. As long as they're in the open water, these Medusas have no natural natural predators.
Stay right here, buddy.
Down at the bottom of the lake, there are anemones to affect police. They use their tentacles to the weaker and older medusas. Leaving the warm waters of the South Pacific and moving into colder waters off the west coast of Canada. Our destination is Hearst Island in the Vancouver Strait off Vancouver Island. The vessel Shalom is cruising off Sandwich Inlet. On board are biologists from Victoria. Vancouver Island is a haven for nature. Large colonies of seals in numerous surrounding islands. The proximity of the mainland is deceptive. The water here is no less than 70 meters deep. The area that divers are interested in is an unusual reef in 50 meters. The waters around Vancouver Island are cold and rich in nutrients. Paradise for medusas. The diversity of cone jellies is noticeable. Transparent
What is
bodies
that?
drifting through the dark green water. Encounter of a this is not a medusa, but a hooded sea snake. Look out for a new location. Habitat with strong currents. And the search does not take long. It shovels large quantities of into its enormous. This pattern reminds us immediately of compass jellyfish are probably the image we have of what a jellyfish should look like. In a beauty contest. Going deeper and deeper, now at 30 meters. The lion's mane or hairy stinger has 1,000 tentacles under its bell and grows up to 2 meters at the end. The large bell is divided into 8 segments. Claws are visible, probably from swimming crabs that live. Although the lion's mane has a powerful sting and its tentacles are always ready to catch prey, there are some fish that seek shelter in between the tentacles during their adolescent stage. In this case, it's a group of young skillfully avoiding the stinging tentacle. Continues their descent following the lion's mane. A wolf eel is harmless. Camera. Wolf eels are ground dwellers. They do not have a swim bladder and only snake their way through the water for short distances. It's like experience. This chimera through the water is related to. This wolf eel is especially friendly. It shows off its tender side because it can easily crack shells and likes to feed on monster. The warmth of the diver's exposed hands. At 48 meters, we reach the Genarius reef. These are cold water corals. They're enormous This red cone jelly too usually lives at greater depth.
Need to kill you, cow. For somebody. Get your drop anywhere.
Cone jellies are the neon the iridescent light is generated by fine air. The presence of the glass sponges and jellyfish is evidence of a powerful tidal current at this depth, transporting large amounts of nutrients. Its beauty can hardly be surpassed, but the Verreauxy is a dangerous predator, as we shall soon see. We have ascended into shallower areas and discovered something unusual. Despite its formidable weapons, a lion's mane jelly has become caught in a hopeless situation. These two lion's manes are in for a similar fate. The way down is a dangerous one. There are plenty of dahlia anemones waiting to feed. This one has not yet picked up its Sunday lunch. It has a fairly frugal lifestyle, living off copepods and plankton by pulling them towards its mouth with its tentacles. This neighbor is more successful. The Medusa is desperately trying to escape the tentacles of its predator, but the jelly's fate has been sealed. After several hours, only the leftovers of the lion's mane jelly are protruding from the greedy mouth of the daily. Not far away, several sea lions have appeared. This bull is watching over its harem, fairly relaxed and at a distance. His females are comfortably stretched out on the exposed sandbank. They have no interest in the countless fish surrounding them. They're ready to die. A relaxing back massage or just lounging. Pleasant alternatives to lying around on land in full sun. It's nice and cool in the shallow water near the beach. The chief is also enjoying himself. His ladies are content, and there's no other male in sight. It's evening in Sandwich Inlet. Experts in the region know that this is the most beautiful time of the day. A great feast will plankton will start to rise from great depths to the surface. Innumerable tiny Aurelias hunt microscopically small creatures in the darkness of the night. The large green jellies also take part in the feast. Little King Cone has led over others during their hunt. It has perfected the skill of jetting backwards. For a jellyfish, that's incredibly fast.
This is great
Where there are
update.
medusas, there are also Thaliacea. Every single animal in this chain is hungry.
Nice.
Not every visitor on this nighttime feast is interested in the smaller creatures. This sea gooseberry is in the process of eating a relative, very rarely seen. That ends with a tremendous fireworks show. Glowing jellies of unimaginable shapes have taken over the nighttime stage while feeding on plankton. Every change in direction produces a glowing stream of bright lights, like the colourful display of Texas market. To find another curiosity in the Medusa family, we travel to a remote area of Indonesia, Raja Ampat, in northwestern West Papua. This archipelago consists of around 1,500 islands, of which only very few are inhabited. The few people who live here don't have a major influence on the environment, yet at least. But Raja Ampat has become well known. With his outrigger boat, this fisherman slowly glides over a natural treasure, not found in many other places in the world. More than 500 different coral species have settled here in the clear waters of Raja Ampat. colony catches plankton with its many tentacles. These batfish enjoy the current, one of the 1,300 different fish species in the archipelago. Masters of camouflage, two ghost pipefish, distant relatives of seahorses, imitate algae, moving back and forth in the current. Also a master of blending in, a carpet shark, only easy to spot when it swims. Mantas also treasure the rich abundance of food that the island paradise has to offer. The giant greys are on the lookout for cleaner fish, but currently their cleaning personnel are busy elsewhere. And then finally we find the curious misfits that we are searching for, upside-down jellyfish. It looks like gelatinous cauliflower. It is the underside of a jellyfish that has its mouth upward towards the sunlight. The tentacles contain important algae. Upside down jellyfish stuck to the ocean floor with their bell and pump plankton-rich water towards their tentacles. They are not good swimmers, and they will only swim if absolutely necessary. Here in the dense mangrove forests of Raja Ampat, we are looking for the nursery of these peculiar jellyfish. Without a guide, it will be impossible to find our way back out of this maze of canals, bays, and twists and turns. The upside-down jellies are born right here, protected by the mangrove roots. A mat of polyps. This is where baby jellyfish bud their polyps. The colony of sessile polyps will soon see a chain reaction. Once one polyp begins to bud, others soon follow. These jellyfish have two ways of gathering food. Either they wave their tentacles around to draw plankton in towards their mouths, or they make use of the single-celled algae that live inside the jellyfish and generate energy for them from the sunlight. While some are simply peculiar, others are very dangerous. On our search for one of the most feared jellies, we are traveling to the northeastern coast of Australia. In Townsville, we're hoping to learn the latest research regarding the infamous box jelly, also called the sea wasp. We're meeting up with Garrett Yarms again, who is here to find out more about this highly poisonous jellyfish. Yarms has spent hundreds of hours at the microscope researching the secrets of this jellyfish. He was one of the first to document the entire life cycle of this most dangerous of all medusas. Jellyfish have sensory cells, whose internal workings can only be examined with a microscope. One of these organs is the eye, of which the deadly sea wasp has several. And this is what a deadly sea wasp looks like. It's one of the most venomous creatures in the ocean. Contact with its tentacles causes death within a short period of time, unless there is medical help close by. From October to May, all the beaches here and to the north are closed. Swimming and bathing is only permitted in the areas that are completely enclosed. Here they're called the box jelly. White-skinned people are at greatest risk. People with darker skin or local aborigines are less likely to come in contact with the box jelly. The following pictures will explain why. The eyes of the dead medusa are a key factor. They're hardly visible, embedded in special sensory niches. Only if magnified Themselves, are they identifiable as eyes? In the murky water, the body of the white girl is hardly noticeable, but the dark-skinned body is much easier to see. The Medusa is able to detect these different levels of contrast. For the box jelly, this does not appear to be prey, and it changes course. It will not have to wait long for prey, though. This fish has come along just in time. But why are there so many deadly sea wasps here at this time of year? The reason is their life cycle. By October, the growing medusas have reached a size that is already very dangerous. In the following May, this generation of jellyfish will die off. A lab in Cairns. Jamie Seymour is a biologist and knows the deadly box jelly like no other. For many years, the scientist has been studying these beautiful monsters. The box jelly lives on fish. Wants to show in this medusa's arsenal. Along the arms, we see lateral ridges, which contain masses of tightly arranged nematocysts, 4 to 5,000 of them. The stings on the legs of the young girl would have caused death if she had not been treated immediately. The ugly scars will remain for life. The Australians themselves know full well what the warnings mean. Careless tourists who stray outside the fenced-off bathing areas are usually the ones that put themselves in danger. But then there are others who are not afraid of the risks. This is Jamie Seymour's staff. Protected by neoprene suits, they're trying to gather as much information as possible about the life and habits of the box jelly. However, it's difficult and dangerous to observe these deadly jellyfish in their murky habitat, which is why the scientists have to catch enough specimens for their research. Catching them is not particularly difficult, because box jellies are usually found close to the surface. Yarns can't complain about not having enough jellies. Back to the US again, this time to the east coast off Cape Hatteras in North Carolina. The Seaward Johnson, one of the research vessels of Harvard Branch, the renowned oceanographic institution, is anchored off the Cape where the Gulf Stream leaves the US continent and heads towards Europe. We're going to search for the mysterious and lesser-known deep-sea jellyfish with the Johnson Sea Link submarine. Pilot Phil Santos has his own routine in handling this sophisticated high-tech system. The Johnson Sea Link can dive down to 1,200 meters. During our hunt, the first wondrous creature appears, probably a cone, which is part of the family of typhon a pair of Phil Santos prepares the low-light camera in order to observe a unique deep-sea phenomenon. And it begins. At this underneath the Gulf Stream, where the warm and cold water currents begin to mix, we find a sparkling world. In this darkness, many animals have their own lights. They possess different forms of bioluminescence. This lonely predator can switch on up to 1,500 biological bulbs.
Huh? No.
The jelly's light is cold.
Ikabat.
During this highly efficient biochemical process, to the creation of
Ikabayam.
the ability to create light serves the fish in many different ways.
Uh, don't got cheese on bread.
Specious mammals. It could help turn your prey into a fish. It's either friend or every species has its own ways of balance.
I don't know, man.
Terror. Spooky and at the same time. Deep sea squid goes on the defense. And also a deep sea octopus. Surprised by the marine this many cephalopods down here have very large eyes. This large visual organs, this glass squid can detect small sources of light, a crucial skill in this realm. The animal looks as though it's made of glass. It's completely transparent except for a layer of pigmentation around the eyes and the black eyes. It allows us to look inside the body of this creature. It's a world of curiosities here in the depths off Cape Hatteras, where the Gulf Stream slows things up. And so the jellyfish drift through the oceans, beautiful and mysterious at the same time. The famous Tiffany jeweler was so fascinated by their beautiful shape that he referred to them as the elves of the ocean. वैसे तो मिली हो अपनी मंगेतर से? नहीं, मेरी मम्मी पापा नहीं चलेंगे और मैं सामने से कि मेरी मम्मी पापा जिसके भी लिए चलेंगे सही चलेंगे। Welcome. This is the 12th one here on TBT, and there's so much going on. So let's go immediately to the talks. Alright, there's a lot going on. The Champions League, well, the semi-finals took place Tuesday and Wednesday, and it's still very, very close. It could go anyway for either of the, or all of the four teams are still in with a chance next week Tuesday and also next week Wednesday. So they're all in with a chance. But elsewhere, the league starts back. Barcelona, I've just been told that should Barcelona win their next game next week, that is, against Real Madrid, or even draw that game, the title is theirs. But I think we can all generally give them the title because Real Madrid seems to have just lost some steps somewhere along the line and either drawing or losing. So it looks like Barcelona indeed will walk away with this trophy. Over in Italy, we know for certain Inter Milan are well played and they're going to win the battle yesterday. Second and third position in particular. AC Milan and Napoli are fighting up, but Como, team coached by Cesc Fabregas, is making an outside move to try to get into that position as well. In Germany, Bayern Munich won it already. For Bayern Munich already the champs. Similarly, in France, Paris Saint-Germain, they're not taking on the league. Their league is postponing all their matches on the weekend so they can play the Champions League games. So they are behind, but they have games in hand. They're concentrating solely on getting Paris Saint-Germain to their second final and hoping to retain the title that they won last year. All right, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, it's a lot of Manchester. The numbers on the screen, of course, 684-3324, 684-3324. Send your WhatsApp messages and send your voice notes to that number, 684-3324. You can talk us to the Manchester United man, sometimes Man City man, the Arsenal man, and Manchester United will be dominated by Manchester United tonight. Wow. So Manchester is dominating here. 684-3324. We'll be back. right now, Manchester United in and out, former player, win everything, right? And he just ain't do nothing hard enough. No, his stance just the proper thing. Stick to United ideals. Come on. So you want him to stay as well? I want him to stay. I want him. I believe people will say, oh, now Ole is the same thing. No, no, no. But Ole didn't have an experience back home stuff. Manchester United, no, with Paris, have McCollum, who used to be the assistant to Southgate in England. He have experience, man. Yes, he has Johnny Evans and these men. But he have a core team behind him. What made you support Manchester United? Well, in primary school, my father used to watch Ryan Giggs, these men, Paul Scholes, and them coming up when they know come out of the academy. Yes, he's a man. So I said, no, brother. I should have walked with my buckle today. Right now, Man U is a up and coming team. Yes, we had a hard decade, but I believe right now we trying our best to come back. Did you ever lose belief at all? Never. I didn't want to give, but I always believed. In the last season we finished 15th, but I still maintain my composure. Yeah, I'm happy now. I believe that United could turn it around. Champions League is short thing next year. Alright, so which team and seven you put? Which team when they lose makes you the happiest? Liverpool. I love when Liverpool lose. I just hate watch Liverpool win. Hate watch Liverpool. Well, it's Christmas with us now, right? Arsenal, come on. City, and we have no true City fans in Trinidad and Tobago. So City could win the league. Arsenal, no. So I just hate watch because they're not City fans. Because they're not City fans, they will win the league. City is not a real club. City is not a real club. City is Manchester Oil City. That is their name. Alright. Wow. Alright. So who are they lose? It's not that easy. So who are they lose? So yeah, you'll be happy. I'm sorry, but particularly Chelsea versus Smith. I don't know, but I feel like Christmas. It's probably inside. Team Chelsea. When I see Chelsea fans, yeah, when I see Chelsea fans losing, outside I like seeing Barca fans getting brought up to sometimes, but right? Which one are they? Barcelona fans, Barca fans of Barcelona. I'm not happy that your man got an injury, but when your whole slide on one your fella, you know what I mean? Yeah, the whole problem, all the people want to have really, that's the legacy of our. So particularly Chelsea in the league, I really enjoy those, and it's more so because of the fans, the whole fans. Like officials and carry on and so on or whatever when they win it. So when they lose it. See? Who like to see lose? As a United supporter, I genuinely love to see Liverpool lose. However, this season, I just see Arsenal. I haven't lost much, but when they lose, the meltdown is fantastic. It's going to be a very interesting one to maybe, but it's going to be an interesting one to maybe. A short break. We'll be back. This is the first one here on TTT. मेरी मम्मी पापा नहीं चले और मेरे सामान भी हो मेरी मम्मी पापा जिससे भी चलेंगे नहीं चलेंगे
They celebrate a new season on TTT. Enjoy the ride. Welcome back. This is the first one here on TTT. Next up is the Coca-Cola questions of football. All right. Let's go. Question number one. Let's see. Question number one. Brought to you by Coca-Cola. Gonna read it out here. Supporting your club is more similar to which